Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Before the Bell, where every morning before the opening bell, we get on here, we go through the pre-markets, get an idea of where the market's going to be going, as well as go over some of the plays that I'm looking to be making today. So, we got a lot to talk about. If you're new to the channel, go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss any of my upcoming videos. We've got a lot of things in the works. We're going to be doing some giveaways. We're going to be making some money. So you're going to want to be a part of it. Hit the subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You want all of it. You want to catch every video. You don't want to miss what's coming. If you're already a member, go down, hit the like button. I've got a ton of information for you. You're really going to want to see what I've got here. So everyone knows that the crypto market's tanked over the weekend. That's happened. So now the question is, what's the stock market going to do today? Now, let's kind of get into that. The SPY in the pre-market is already down over 2% this morning. Never a good sign, especially with crypto pulling back so far. The Fed's going to be talking this week. A lot of people are thinking that that's going to really set the market in a further downtrend. Now, I'm of the camp that I believe that because the market's dropping so badly, I don't believe that the Fed is going to want to come out and seem overly hawkish. I think that the Fed is going to give the market a little bit of recovery time, and that's going to allow the market to have a little bit of a pop, because I think the market's really afraid. Oh my goodness, inflation numbers was worse than we was expecting. The Fed's going to come out and they're going to tighten even tighter to curb that inflation, and it's just going to keep this downward spiral. I don't think that's what's going to happen. However, I do expect a big sell-off today, but no matter what happens, we're going to make money, right? So let's get into some of the plays that I'm looking to make. To kind of touch on the weekend a little bit, I did lose 13.1% on my Solana position that I took. However, I did gain back 4.1% on the Ethereum position that I took. It climbed up really nice, got almost back to 1550, started falling. I ended up getting out at 1510. Of course, I'd bought in at 1450, and so I made a 4.1% gain on that. So that helped. Not the weekend that I would have liked to have had, but I can't complain too bad. We've been doing really great over the last 3 weeks. Sometimes you just have a down day. But let's get into what's going to happen today. Now, we took some positions on Friday. I took some positions on Friday. Anything I say is not for you to buy, hold, or sell. You make your own decisions. But I am telling you what I'm doing. Now, I took some positions out on Friday that I was expecting today to be better. However, with crypto tanking over the weekend, they're definitely, not all of them's going to pan out at least. We took a position in Coinbase and in Mara. They're going to be down massive today, no doubt about that. Depending on how they do, if they really drop down hard, I'm going to be looking to take another position into them and bring my average way down. If they rally up and come where I'm not down a terrible amount, I may actually just liquidate that position and see what's going to happen. So the market will kind of tell me on that. A couple of stocks I wanted to talk about, a couple of stocks we talked about on Friday, and that is ticker symbol EDU and ticker symbol TAL. Now, on Friday, I said I took a position in TAL because EDU was up so high and yet it was down. I said I just didn't believe that they would keep that split. They're both in the same sector. They both tend to move relatively similar to one another. So I took a position in TAL, and sure enough, it ran. We made great money on that. And sitting here looking at the pre-market this morning, same kind of setup. EDU is up 11.60% in the pre-market, and yet TAL is down 6.81% in the pre-market. Now, one way or the other, these are going to have to move closer one another. I don't believe we'll go through the whole day with them spread like this. They just don't. So at some point in time, either TAL is going to start moving up, trying to catch up to EDU, in which case I will take a position in TAL and ride that run up. That is what I would expect to happen. However, if it's the precursor and EDU starts to fall rapidly and TAL stays down, then I may take a short position into EDU and ride it down. But either way it goes, whether TAL rides up to catch up to EDU or EDU comes down to get closer to TAL, I'm going to be taking a position in one or the other, whichever way that happens. So that's one of the positions I wanted to talk about that I'm going to be looking to take today. Another stock that we got into, actually two stocks that we got into on Friday, was a couple of banking stocks, and that is SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI. We got into that. We're down a little bit today, but we bought in at a good price. We'll see where that goes. It could actually get a bounce being in the banking industry today. And we took a position in Signature Bank, which is one of my favorite banking stocks. It's down a little bit today. I may look on averaging down on those positions if they continue to fall pretty drastically. We're going to be seeing Apple, I think, today, getting down close to our Fibonacci line, close to our price range that we like to look at it. Let's take a look at where we're at. Yeah, if we get closer to the $133 mark, we could be looking at taking a position there as long as it holds up above that 162.61 or 132.61. I'm sorry. Now, there's one more stock I want to get talking about that we got in on Friday that is doing extremely well today in the pre-market, and that is IMPP. If you're an IMPP fan and you was waiting for me to mention that, I'm glad you hung into the video because I really want to talk about IMPP. It held up really good in the pre-market, and then just literally in the last 10 minutes it dropped. We got up over $1, which was a psychological resistance line, and then we have suddenly, just in the last 10 minutes, dropped down to the 66-cent level. Now, that is a huge drop in just a few minutes. Now, that tells me that there's suddenly a lot of fear in this stock. I don't know if because everyone's expecting the market to be so bad, they're wanting to see that pullback, or whether we're going to get this big pullback and everyone's going to pile into it and we're going to get that big rally. But if we can push and get over that $1 mark, then I believe IMPP has some real room to run. If we fall down here, you know, that's a pretty good fall from even where we closed at 88 cents. Now, we bought in last week in the low 70s, so I'm really happy with that price, considering we keep the volume and keep this potential short play alive. So that's where I'm looking for IMPP today, to see if we get strength, see if we bounce up toward that $1 mark. And if we break that $1 mark, then there's really good room for this to go ahead and run, and we'll start talking about some of those levels, but not a whole lot of resistance to get this thing up to $2. So I'm really excited and looking forward to that. I hope you're trading along with me. I hope you're at least paper trading with me. Keep following these videos. I've got a bunch of stuff coming up I'm going to start talking about, probably starting this afternoon show. Some giveaways that we're going to be doing, and some challenges that I'm going to be doing here on this channel of getting you making money right off the bat with zero risk, and you're not going to want to miss out on that. So until you catch me again, Go down, hit the like button, hit subscribe, notification bell. Don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And God bless you. We'll see you soon. Don't trade with emotions. Trade by the numbers.